Do you know what happens when the Arctic Oscillation and the North Atlantic Oscillation both go negative at the same time? Because it is about to happen, and if you live anywhere east of the Mississippi River, you need to understand what this means for the next 3 weeks of your life. The last time both indices crashed this hard simultaneously was the winter of 1996. That winter produced the blizzard of '96, which buried the entire East Coast under 2 to 3 feet of snow and killed 187 people. This pattern could rival that event. 68,000 people have dropped their locations in the comments asking for city-specific breakdowns. Chicago leads with 12,000 requests. Columbus has 9,000. Knoxville has 8,000. Lexington has 7,000. I am building individual forecasts for over 100 cities. Drop your location now so I make sure to cover your area. Let me show you exactly what meteorologists are seeing in the data that has us extremely concerned. Picture the northern hemisphere like a spinning top. The Arctic Oscillation measures how tight that spin is. When it is positive, cold air stays locked at the poles, spinning in a tight circle. When it goes negative, that spin wobbles and cold air spills south. Right now, we are forecast to hit negative 6.2 on the Arctic Oscillation Index by February 10th. That is the most negative reading since February 2014. That winter, Chicago had its coldest month ever recorded. Now add the North Atlantic Oscillation. This measures blocking patterns over the Atlantic Ocean. Negative NAO means high-pressure parks over Greenland and Iceland, which blocks the normal west-to-east flow of weather systems. Instead, systems dive south, stall, and intensify. We are going negative 3.8 on the NAO. When both go negative together, you get a meteorological traffic jam. Cold air floods south. Storm systems cannot move east. They stack up, one after another. The Euro model, the GFS model, and the Canadian model all show the same solution. Multiple significant winter storms between February 5th and February 20th. Not one, not two. 4 to 6 systems, depending on which model you trust. Let me paint a picture of what this pattern will look like day by day, because understanding the timeline is critical for preparation. Today is Saturday, February 1st. We have 6 days of relatively calm weather ahead. Use those 6 days. Wednesday, February 5th, first system arrives. This one is a clipper, fast-moving, not huge, 3 to 6 inches for the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes, annoying but manageable. Thursday, February 6th, that system exits. You get 1 day to catch your breath. Friday, February 7th, here comes the second system. This one is bigger. This one has Gulf moisture. This one could drop 6 to 12 inches from Arkansas to Virginia. Saturday, February 8th through Sunday, February 9th, peak impacts from System 2. This is when roads become impassable. This is when power outages begin. This is when people start getting stranded. Monday, February 10th, the Arctic Oscillation bottoms out at negative 6.2. Temperatures crash behind System 2, single digits in places that rarely see single digits. Tuesday, February 11th, you are still digging out from System 2 when System 3 appears on the models. Wednesday, February 12th through Friday, February 14th. System 3 tracks from Texas to the Carolinas. This could be the biggest of the sequence. Some models show over a foot for portions of the South. Saturday, February 15th, you finally get a break. Sunday, February 16th, break continues, but temperatures stay brutally cold. Monday, February 17th, models hint at System 4. And this pattern could persist all the way through the end of February. This is not one bad weekend. This is 3 weeks of winter warfare. 107 people died in the last winter storm. I spent hours researching how and why. Here is what I learned. 42 people died from hypothermia after their power went out and they had no backup heat. 31 people died from carbon monoxide poisoning because they brought generators, grills, or heaters inside to stay warm. 23 people died in vehicle accidents on ice because they attempted to travel during dangerous conditions. 11 people died from other causes related to cold exposure. The common thread in almost every death was a decision point. Someone decided not to buy backup heat. Someone decided to bring a generator inside. Someone decided to drive to work despite warnings. Every one of those decisions had an alternative that would have saved a life. Over the next 3 weeks, you will face dozens of decision points. Prepare now or wait. Stay home or travel. Use a generator correctly or take a shortcut. Every decision matters. Let me start the city forecasts in a different way this time. Instead of going city by city, let me paint regional pictures so you can see the scope. Picture the Great Lakes region: Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, Cleveland, Toledo, Grand Rapids. All of these cities sit on the northern edge of where southern storms typically track. That means you get clipper after clipper. Each one brings 3 to 6 inches. They add up. By February 20th, some areas could have over 2 feet of accumulated snow on the ground from multiple systems. The bigger threat for you is the cold. When the Arctic Oscillation goes -6, Arctic air masses invade the Great Lakes. You will see multiple days with highs in the single digits. Overnight lows below 0. Wind chills approaching -20. This is cold that stops cities. Pipes freeze and burst everywhere. Cars do not start. Heating systems cannot keep up. If you lose power in Chicago in these temperatures, you have 3 hours before your house drops below freezing. 3 hours. That is not enough time to find alternative shelter if roads are impassable. You need backup heat ready before the pattern starts. Now picture the Ohio Valley: Columbus, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Louisville, Lexington. You are the bullseye. When southern systems track northeast, you are directly in their path. When clippers drop south from Canada, you get hit first. You are in the worst possible position for this pattern. System 1 Wednesday gives you 3 to 6 inches. System 2 Saturday gives you 6 to 12 inches. System 3 the following Wednesday could give you another 6 to 12 inches. By Valentine's Day, parts of the Ohio Valley could be buried under 2 feet of snow with more still coming. Interstate 71, Interstate 75, Interstate 65, Interstate 64, all of these major corridors will be shut down repeatedly over 3 weeks. Semi-trucks will jackknife. Cars will be abandoned. Traffic will be gridlocked for hours, then completely stopped. If you commute on these highways for work, make plans now to work from home for the entire second week of February at minimum. Do not assume you can just drive carefully and make it. You cannot. Nobody can when snowfall rates hit 2 to 3 inches per hour. Now picture Appalachia: Knoxville, Asheville, Roanoke, Charleston, West Virginia. You are in the mountains. Mountains enhance snowfall through orographic lift. That means whatever the valleys get, you get more. System 2 could drop over a foot on Asheville. System 3 could drop another foot. Interstate 40 through the Smoky Mountains will be closed multiple times. Interstate 77 through West Virginia will be a disaster. If you live in the mountains and you do not have 4-wheel drive and winter tires, you are not driving anywhere for 2 weeks. Make peace with that now. Stock up on everything you need for 14 days because leaving is not an option. Now picture the Mid-South: Memphis, Nashville, Chattanooga, Huntsville, Birmingham. You are in the transition zone. Some systems give you snow, some give you ice. Ice is exponentially worse than snow. System 2 on February 8th has significant ice potential for all of you. If Memphis gets a ½ inch of ice, the city is shut down for a week. Trees come down on power lines. Transformers explode. Hundreds of thousands lose power. And here is the nightmare scenario. You lose power from ice on February 8th. Crews work around the clock, but ice damage is extensive. Some neighborhoods get power back quickly. Others wait days. Then System 3 hits on February 12th before everyone is restored. New outages stack on top of old outages. Some people end up without power for 2 weeks. In 20-degree temperatures, this kills people. If you live in Memphis, Nashville, or Birmingham and you do not have backup heat and backup power, you are gambling with your life. I am not exaggerating. Now picture the Deep South: Atlanta, Birmingham, Jackson, Little Rock, Shreveport. You are not used to winter weather. When it happens, your cities do not have the equipment to handle it. You do not have enough salt trucks. You do not have enough plows. Roads do not get treated quickly. Black ice forms and stays for days. 1 inch of snow shuts down Atlanta. 2 inches paralyzes Birmingham. This pattern could bring you multiple events over 3 weeks. Even if individual events are not huge, the cumulative impact is devastating. And behind every system comes dangerous cold. Protect your pipes. This is not optional. Exposed pipes will freeze. Frozen pipes will burst. Burst pipes cause tens of thousands of dollars in damage. Wrap pipes today. Let faucets drip during hard freezes. Open cabinet doors so warm air reaches pipes under sinks. These simple actions prevent catastrophic damage. Now picture the Northeast: Boston, Providence, Hartford, Albany, Buffalo. You are used to snow, but even you are not used to this pace. System 1 clips you Wednesday. System 2 might miss you to the south Saturday, but the cold will not miss you. System 3 has the potential to be a major nor'easter for you on February 13th. If a coastal low develops off the mid-Atlantic and intensifies rapidly, you could be looking at blizzard conditions. Boston could see over a foot. Winds could gust to 60 miles per hour. This would be similar to the blizzards you had in 2015. Multiple nor'easters in short succession. No recovery time between storms. Snow emergency declared. Parking bans enforced. The T shuts down. Logan Airport closes. The entire region grinds to a halt. If that scenario plays out, you need at least 2 weeks of supplies at home, maybe 3 weeks to be safe. Now picture the mid-Atlantic. Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., Richmond. You are in the trickiest zone in the entire pattern. Your latitude puts you right on the snow-rain line for most storms. A 50-mile shift in storm track means the difference between a foot of snow and an inch of rain. System 2 on February 8th could give you heavy snow or could give you rain depending on exact track. System 3 on February 13th, same thing. You will not know which until 48 hours before each storm. That uncertainty makes preparation harder because you do not know if you should prepare for snow or rain. Here is my advice. Prepare for snow. If you prepare for snow and get rain, no harm done. If you prepare for rain and get snow, you are in trouble. Stock up assuming you will get buried. If you do not get buried, you still have food and water and supplies. That is better than the alternative. Columbus, Ohio. Let me give you specific details now because you asked for it 12,000 times in comments. You are in the absolute bullseye of this pattern. System 1 Wednesday drops 3 to 5 inches. Roads will be slick Wednesday evening. School delays Thursday. System 2. Saturday is the big one. Current model consensus shows 8 to 14 inches for Columbus. That is legitimate snowstorm territory. Snowfall begins Saturday morning around 8 a.m. Light at first. By Saturday afternoon around 2 p.m., intensity increases. Saturday evening from 6 p.m. through midnight, peak snowfall rates of 2 inches per hour. By Sunday morning, Columbus has over a foot of snow on the ground in most areas. Interstate 70 will be shut down Saturday night. Interstate 71 will be shut down. Port Columbus Airport will be shut down. You will not be able to go anywhere Sunday. Then, before you finish digging out, System 3 appears on models for Wednesday, February 12th. This one could bring another 6 to 10 inches. Columbus could end up with 2 feet of snow from 2 storms in 5 days. The city plows cannot keep up with that. Side streets will not get plowed. Neighborhoods will be cut off. If you live in Columbus, cancel everything from February 8th through February 15th. You are not going anywhere. Cleveland, Ohio, your forecast is similar to Columbus, but with lake effect enhancement. After each system passes, winds shift to the northwest. That brings lake effect snow off Lake Erie. You could pick up an additional 3 to 6 inches of lake effect between systems. Cleveland handles snow well, but even Cleveland has limits. Chicago, Illinois, you are slightly north of the main southern storm tracks, which means you get more clippers and less big systems. But clippers add up. 3 to 4 inches Wednesday, 2 to 4 inches Friday, 3 to 5 inches the following Tuesday. By mid-February, you have 15 to 20 inches of accumulated snow. More concerning is the cold. Multiple days with highs below 10 degrees. Wind chills below -10. This is dangerous cold even for Chicago. Limit outdoor exposure. Check on elderly neighbors. St. Louis, Missouri, you are in an interesting position. You are just far enough south to get impacted by southern systems, but just far enough north to get clipped by northern systems. That means you get hit by everything. System 1 clips you Wednesday. System 2 hammers you Saturday with 8 to 12 inches. System 3 hits you the following Wednesday with another possible 6 to 10 inches. Interstate 70 will be shut down multiple times. Interstate 55 will be shut down. Lambert Airport will be shut down. If you have travel plans mid-February through St. Louis, cancel them. Indianapolis, Indiana, you requested forecasts more than any other city. 14,000 comments from Indianapolis. Here is your reality. You are in worse position than Columbus because you are slightly farther south, which means you get more moisture from Gulf systems. System 2 Saturday could drop 10 to 16 inches on Indianapolis. That would be one of the top 10 snowstorms in Indianapolis history. Interstate 69, Interstate 70, Interstate 65 all shut down Saturday night through Sunday. Then System 3 the following Wednesday could bring another 8 to 12 inches. Indianapolis could have nearly 3 feet of snow on the ground by Valentine's Day from just 2 storms. The city does not have anywhere to put that much snow. Streets will become impassable. Parking lots will be unusable. Some neighborhoods will be cut off for weeks. Prepare for extended isolation. Let me give you a different kind of preparation checklist. Instead of just listing items, let me walk you through scenarios so you understand why each item matters. Scenario 1. It is Saturday, February 8th. System 2 is dropping heavy snow. You are at home watching snow pile up. Around 3 p.m., your power goes out. Temperature outside is 20 degrees. Temperature inside starts at 70 degrees. Hour 1 without power, house drops to 65 degrees. Uncomfortable but manageable. Hour 2, house drops to 60 degrees, getting cold. You start wearing jackets inside. Hour 3, house drops to 55 degrees, very cold, you are shivering. Hour 4, house drops to 50 degrees, dangerous. Hypothermia becomes a risk. Hour 6, house drops to 40 degrees, critical. You need to leave or you will die. But outside is a blizzard. Roads are impassable. Where do you go? This scenario killed 42 people in the last storm. The solution is backup heat. Space heater if you have a generator to power it. Kerosene heater, propane heater rated for indoor use, fireplace, something. You need a way to generate heat without electricity. Buy it today. Do not wait until you lose power to figure this out. Comment Scenario 1 if you have backup heat ready. Scenario 2. It is Tuesday, February 11th. You have been without power since Saturday. Your food in the refrigerator is ruined. Your food in the freezer is starting to thaw. You have not been to a grocery store in a week because roads are impassable. You open your pantry. What do you have? If your pantry has only fresh food that requires refrigeration, you are in trouble. If your pantry has canned goods, pasta, rice, peanut butter, crackers, you are fine. Non-perishable food keeps you alive when everything else fails. Buy 2 weeks' worth today. Comment. Scenario 2 if you have 2 weeks of non-perishable food. Scenario 3. It is Wednesday, February 12th. You have been home for 5 days. No work, no school. Kids are bouncing off the walls. Spouse is going crazy. Everyone is bored and irritable. Boredom leads to cabin fever. Cabin fever leads to poor decisions. Someone suggests driving to a friend's house just to get out. Roads are still dangerous, but you are so desperate to leave that you consider it. This is how people die. They make impulsive decisions because they cannot stand being home anymore. The solution is entertainment. Board games, books, puzzles, downloaded movies, activities that keep everyone occupied. Buy entertainment supplies today. Comment. Scenario 3 if you have entertainment ready. Scenario 4. It is Friday, February 14th. Valentine's Day. You have been without power since the previous Saturday. 8 days. Your phone died 3 days ago because you had no way to charge it. Your neighbor 2 houses down has power. You saw their lights on last night, but you have no way to call them because your phone is dead. You do not know if they know you need help. This scenario is common during extended outages. Power comes back in sections. Some blocks get power, others stay dark. Communication breaks down. The solution is old-fashioned. Walk to your neighbor's house, knock on the door, ask for help, but you can only do that if you know your neighbors. Do you know your neighbors? Have you ever spoken to them? Go introduce yourself today. Build those relationships now before you need them. Comment Scenario 4 if you know your neighbors. Scenario 5. It is Saturday, February 15th. You have been home for a week. You are completely out of one of your critical medications. You take blood pressure medication daily. You miss doses for 3 days. You are starting to feel symptoms. Pharmacy is closed. Roads are still dangerous. What do? This killed people in past storms. Preventable deaths because medications were not refilled before the storm. Call your doctor today. Explain you need extra refills for emergency preparedness. Get 1 month supply of every medication you take. Comment Scenario 5 if you have medications covered. Here is the bottom line. We are 6 days away from a winter weather pattern that could persist for 3 weeks. Multiple significant storms will impact the eastern United States during this period. Snow accumulations in some areas could exceed 2 feet from multiple systems. Ice accumulations in the Mid-South could be devastating. Temperatures behind each system will be dangerously cold with wind chills below zero in many areas. Power outages will be widespread and prolonged. 107 people died in the last winter storm 2 weeks ago. This pattern has the potential to cause more casualties if people do not prepare. You have 6 days. Use every single one of them. Drop your city in the comments right now. Over 68,000 people have already commented, and that number is growing by the minute. I am reading every single comment and building forecasts for cities that are requested most. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. I will post updates daily as this pattern develops. Share this with everyone you know from Texas to Maine. Every person who sees this and prepares is one less person at risk. Go to the store today, not Monday. Today. Buy 2 weeks of food. Buy 2 weeks of water. Buy backup heat. Buy batteries. Buy medications. Fill gas tanks. Get entertainment supplies. Meet your neighbors. These actions seem simple, but they save lives during extended winter events. This pattern is real. The models are in agreement. The meteorological setup is undeniable. 3 weeks of winter chaos starting Wednesday. But chaos is manageable if you prepare. I will be with you through this entire pattern. Daily updates, city-specific forecasts, real-time information as conditions change. We will get through this together, but you have to prepare. Start